ever wake up from a dream and it's like right there.
Yeah.
So vivid, you can almost touch it.
Totally.
But then poof, it's gone. Like you were trying to hold water in your hands.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're left with this feeling like, whoa, something important just brushed past my mind.
I think we all know that feeling. It's so common. It's like getting a glimpse into another world.
Yeah.
And then it just vanishes.
Right. So that leads us to today's deep dive. We're going to be talking about dream journaling.
Dream journaling.
And we're really going to go deep on this. We're not just talking about, oh, this is a quirky thing you can do before bed.
Yeah.
We're going to be looking at how writing down your dreams can actually help you understand yourself better.
It's powerful stuff.
Yeah. We're going to be looking at some of the ideas behind Listallion and their journal notebook for dreams.
Oh, yeah. Those journals.
To see how this practice of dream journaling can, like, unlock some of those mysteries that our subconscious throws at us.
Yeah, unlocking those mysteries.
Exactly. And, hopefully lead to some personal growth.
Absolutely, Listallion. They really get it. They make these journals specifically for this kind of self-reflection.
Yeah.
And their features are really well thought out.
Yeah.
When you think about how hard it is to actually remember and then work with your dreams,
Yeah.
it's not easy.
No.
So today, we're going to explore how dream journaling is so much more than just remembering what you dreamt, and how having the right tool for it, like a Listallion journal,
Yeah.
can make a real difference in connecting with that inner world.
That inner landscape.
Yeah. By the end of this deep dive, you'll have a much better grasp of how to use your dreams for personal growth through journaling.
Okay. So we all dream, right? It's like this nightly mental adventure.
It is. Every night.
But why bother writing it down? Why pick up a pen and paper first thing in the morning? What's the point?
Well, think about it. When you're asleep, your brain is in a totally different state. Less filter, less conscious thought, and dreams. They often speak in this language of symbols and emotions.
Almost like a secret code.
It is a secret code. It's a direct line to your subconscious, to those thoughts and feelings you might not even be aware of.
So it's like your inner voice speaking in a different language.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And dream journaling. It becomes the translator. It helps you decipher those messages.
So you're saying it's more than just entertainment, more than just random brain activity.
Way more. While dreams can be weird and funny, sometimes even scary.
Oh, yeah.
If you journal consistently, you start to see patterns.
Okay.
You might notice recurring images, certain emotions popping up over and over, or similar scenarios playing out.
So it's not just random noise.
Not at all. Those patterns.
Yeah.
They usually reflect something deeper going on in your life.
Ooh. Okay, so you're saying these nightly stories can give us clues about our waking life, even our problems.
Exactly. Think of it like this. Your waking mind, like an editor, carefully selecting thoughts and presenting a polished version of reality.
Like a highlight reel.
Right. But dreams, they bypass that editor. They let raw emotions and associations bubble up in symbolic form.
Ah, I see.
And when you journal, you create a space to observe those unfiltered expressions.
Like a scientist looking at raw data.
Exactly. And those symbols and emotions, they often point to hidden meanings, maybe a new perspective on a situation you're dealing with,
Interesting.
or maybe even aspirations you didn't realize you had.
So it's like receiving a coded message from yourself.
That's a great way to put it. And journaling encourages you to crack that code.
Okay, that makes sense. But I gotta say, one of the biggest challenges for me is actually remembering the dream. I wake up and it's like the feeling is there,
Yeah,
but the details, they just vanish like smoke.
I hear you.
Yeah.
That happens to almost everyone. And there's a scientific reason for it. During REM sleep, your brain is in this unique state where long-term memory encoding is just not as efficient as when you're awake. Then when you wake up fully, it disrupts that fragile dream memory even more.
So it's like trying to grasp at something that's slipping away.
Yeah, and that's where journaling comes in. Writing things down immediately, even if it's just a few key words, or a strong image, or the main emotion you felt. It can act as an anchor,
Okay.
preserving a piece of that dream before it disappears completely.
So it's like grabbing onto that smoke before it fades away.
Exactly. And that's why keeping your journal close,
Yeah.
like those Listallion journals, right by your bed, it becomes crucial. It's a reminder to capture those fleeting moments.
What about the not so fun dreams though? Like nightmares. It feels like those are the ones you just want to forget ASAP.
Totally. I get it. The temptation is to just bury them.
Yeah.
But even those disturbing dreams, they hold valuable information about our fears and anxieties. Writing them down in detail can actually help you process those intense emotions.
Really?
Yeah, it creates a distance.
Yeah.
It lets you look at the dream more objectively. Instead of being overwhelmed by the feeling, it's like you're taking those inner turmoils and putting them out there on paper.
So getting into that habit of journaling is key. And it seems like having the right journal can make a big difference.
It really can.
And I know the Stallion, they put a lot of emphasis on the features of their journal notebook for dreams.
Yeah, they do.
So why are things like paper quality and organization so important for this kind of personal reflection?
Well, let's look at the practical side.
Yeah.
Well, Stallion uses this thick 120 GSM wood-free ivory paper.
Yeah.
It's a really substantial surface.
Yeah.
You can write in detail without the ink bleeding through.
That's important.
It is, especially when you're half asleep scribbling down notes. Plus that ivory tone. It's easier on your eyes.
Makes sense. I wouldn't want to be staring at a bright white page first thing in the morning.
No, it's not exactly soothing.
Yeah.
And then there are things like the numbered pages and the built-in table of contents.
Yay.
They might seem small, but for dream journaling, they're super helpful for staying organized.
Okay.
Imagine trying to track a recurring symbol or how a certain theme evolves over time without a way to easily go back to past entries.
Yeah.
The table of contents, it lets you organize chronologically so you can easily find and review those older dreams.
So it's like creating your own dream database.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And beyond the structure,
Yeah.
the physical journal itself, it contributes to the experience too. The Stallion uses a soft faux leather cover.
I've seen those.
It's durable, so it protects your dreams over time. And it also adds a nice tactile element.
Okay.
It makes picking up and holding your journal feel more intentional, like a ritual.
Like a sacred space for your dreams?
Yeah. And the size, the A5 size.
Yeah.
It's a good balance. It gives you plenty of space to write, but it's still compact enough to keep on your nightstand or even take with you.
Right.
Even the dashed lines and the spacing, they're all designed to help you record those sometimes fragmented dream details clearly and in an organized way.
It's like all those features, they're working together to help you really connect with your dream world.
Exactly. And, it's not just about the features themselves. It's about how they translate into real-life benefits. I'm reminded of a friend. She started using a Stallion journal because she kept having this recurring dream about being lost in a maze.
Oh, wow.
And she'd wake up feeling all disoriented and anxious.
That sounds unsettling.
It was.
Yeah.
And for her, the numbered pages in the journal, they became super important. She started tracking how often this maze dream would pop up.
Okay.
And because she was writing down the details, the layout of the maze, that feeling of panic,
Yeah.
she eventually realized that the maze, it was a metaphor for how she was feeling lost in her career.
Interesting.
The act of flipping back through those numbered pages
Yeah.
and seeing those entries,
Yeah.
it helped her make that connection.
Powerful stuff.
Yeah, the cover of the journal. It became almost like a symbol of her commitment to understanding this recurring anxiety.
That's amazing. I've had a similar experience with recurring symbols. I was going through a phase where I kept dreaming about water. Sometimes it was calm and peaceful.
Right.
Other times it was rough and stormy.
Wow.
And I was using this notebook with really smooth paper,
Right.
like what the Stallion uses.
Uh-huh.
And I found that the smooth writing, it actually made me want to write more. Even the smallest details,
It makes a difference, doesn't it?
it does. And then looking back through the table of contents, I could see how the water in my dreams, it mirrored my stress levels in real life. Calm water meant things were good. Stormy water meant I was stressed.
It's incredible how our subconscious minds work.
It is. It was
Yeah.
like the act of writing in the journal. It became a daily check-in with myself.
It's like the journal becomes a partner in this journey of self-discovery.
It really does. And I have this cousin, David.
Yeah.
He went through a time where he kept dreaming about locked doors.
Locked doors.
Yeah. And in his waking life, he felt like opportunities were just out of reach.
I see.
He started journaling. And he was using this notebook with really clear lines, which helped him to separate the different parts of his dreams.
Uh-huh.
And he even started using the back pocket of the journal to jot down interpretations or feelings that came to him later in the day.
And by tracking that locked door motif, he realized he was holding himself back from trying new things because he was afraid of failing. But seeing that pattern laid out in his journal, it gave him the courage to start taking those first steps to unlock those perceived barriers.
So these features, they're not just about aesthetics. They're actively helping us engage with our dreams and hopefully leading to those moments of clarity.
Absolutely. So how do we make dream journaling more effective? especially when we're using a journal that's designed for it.
Yeah. What are your tips?
Well, the classic advice, and as Lispalian recommends too, is keep your journal right by your bed.
Yeah.
You want to be able to reach for it the second you wake up, before you even open your eyes, before the day starts to creep in.
Right.
Smooth paper. It makes writing feel less like a chore.
Yeah.
So you're more likely to do it right then and there.
That makes sense.
Just jot down whatever you remember. No matter how weird or confusing it seems, don't overthink it. Just capture the raw stuff. Pay attention to the sensory details. Who was there? Where were you? What were the strongest emotions you felt? The dashed lines in the Lispalian journal can help you keep those initial messy notes organized.
I like that.
And then every once in a while, try using prompts. Ask yourself, what was the biggest feeling in the dream? What image was the most vivid? What did I do in the dream? And most importantly, make time to go back and look at your past entries.
Yeah.
That's where the numbered pages and the table of contents come in handy. Look for those recurring patterns, those symbols, those emotional themes we've been talking about.
So by consistently doing this, by paying attention to our dreams, what kind of impact does it have on us, on our personal growth?
Huge. We've talked about how dream journaling helps us understand our subconscious minds,
Right.
but it also builds emotional resilience. By facing those difficult emotions in the safe space of our dreams and then reflecting on them, we become better equipped to deal with those emotions in our waking lives. It also makes us more mindful, more aware of our inner world.
I like that.
Dreams often bring to light those unresolved conflicts or unspoken desires that we might be pushing down.
That's so true.
So it's an opportunity to look inward and potentially heal over time. This practice can lead to a clearer mind, enhanced creativity, because we're tapping into that abstract world of dreams, and ultimately, it helps us become more self-aware.
Wow. So it's really about forging a deeper connection with ourselves.
Exactly. It's a fascinating journey.
This has been eye-opening. I think we can all agree that dream journaling, it's not just a random pastime. It's a legitimate path to self-discovery and personal growth.
Absolutely.
And using a journal that's designed for it, like the Journal Notebook for Dreams from Lispalian, it can make a huge difference.
It can. It makes the whole process of recording, organizing, and reflecting on our dreams not only easier, but also more meaningful and effective.
So here's something to think about. If your dreams are a window into your subconscious, what hidden stories, what valuable insights might you be missing out on by not giving those dreams a place to be heard?
That's a great question.
Maybe exploring a tool that's made for this very purpose could be the key to unlocking those fleeting nighttime visions and turning them into lasting daytime understanding.
I think so.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into dream journaling.
My pleasure.
Until next time.
Sweet dreams. Sweet dreams.